Hello everyone. I am the student of Bombay Teachers Training College, and in today's video we will learn about science field trip and science excursion, its significance and organization. So let's get started. Daily classroom instruction cannot bring the all-round development of a child. To widen the sphere of mental level of the child, he should be given chance to get direct and first-hand experience to see the things himself. The child is to be given to universe if he is to be properly educated. This is said by Robertson. Most probably, people use field trip and excursion interchangeably, but in strict sense they are different. Field trips are organized visit of teachers and students to immediate or distant places to enrich learning experiences and to further instructional purposes of regular classroom activities. The field trip is distinguished by its concentration on learning particular aspects, hence its success is judged by the fulfillment of predetermined goal. Some schools arrange field trips that can be as short as few hours. Most commonly, students are taken to zoos, planetariums, museums, botanical gardens, hospitals, and factories. And an excursion is a school journey involving any organized travel made by teachers and students primarily with an educational motive in mind. The pictures that y'all can see on the screen are of excursion and field trips that mostly schools and university organizes for the students to get first-hand experience of the environment and learn from it. There are few steps which needs to be followed while organizing an excursion or a field trip. So the first step is choice of place. Planning and organization include the choice of the place of visit. In planning of an excursion, the topmost priority should be given to the wise decision about the place of the excursion. The feasibility in terms of charges, season, time available and convenience in arranging excursions should also be given due weightage for making similar choices. Second one is planning. Nothing is more of a waste of money, time and energy than an excursion poorly planned and executed. A guide sheet should be prepared. It includes physical details of the trip such as the route, transport, dress, arrangement of the meals for both students and teachers, first aid box, etc. and the details of the learning activities that students should know, such as collection of data, apparatus and equipment that need to be carried along, records, reports, books and papers, and the students' responsibility and conduct. The third is preparation. After making the choice of the place, the teacher must take care of the things related to the planning and preparation. After planning, the pupil should be prepared for the trip. They should know first the purpose of the visit, second the things they should look for, third the type of information they should gather. Pupil must be given full instruction beforehand. First, to carry on all the necessary articles for individual needs and for maintaining discipline and adopting necessary precautions. The fourth one is execution. As a perception director, the teacher should provide pupil with questions, worksheets and study guides which will focus the pupil's attention on what he knows and what he sees. Though success of a visit depends upon good planning and preparation, yet much of it also depends upon the direction of the teacher at the spot. The teacher should see that the pupils are acting according to the instructions given. The pupils participating in the excursion should realize exactly what he is expected to accomplish and how he can reach that goal. The fifth one is follow-up. A follow-up work in terms of the following points needs to be done by the pupil. First, general discussion of the trip. Second, experiences gained by each pupil and difficulties encountered needs to be discussed in the group. The queries and doubts of the pupil should be properly satisfied at this stage. Third, the pupil should be asked to write some appropriate essay concerning their experiences. Their writing may be published in the school magazines or in the science club bulletins. After the visit is over, it should be evaluated by pupils in terms of its purpose. The pupils should exchange their experiences through discussions, questioning, explanations, etc. They should find out the discrepancies in their visit and should take it with consideration while arranging for another visit. The teacher should set problems, experiments, and review content on the basis of field trips. The teacher should check the observation written by the students in their diaries. Now, let us discuss the significance of an excursion and field trip. The first one is application of knowledge. It provides first-hand knowledge to the complement and enhance classroom learning. For example, as part of the study of sound and its transmission, the student might go to a radio station or a phone booth. It produces circumstances that foster a spirit of scientific inquiry. It allows students to observe and study something outside of the classroom. Linking school life to the community and outside world, such as when students visit farms, gardens, factories, zoos, etc. The second one is help to clarify the subject matter. The experience gained during the tour clarifies many ideas, including the range of creatures and wildlife, industrial processes and products, operation of intricate machines, marine objects and events that cannot be studied correctly in the classroom solely through their reading or listening. Their research is more fruitful and useful when such events are discovered in actual situation. The third is help in collection of useful material. Through excursion, pupils get a lots of opportunity to collect specimens of different soils, ores, rocks, metals, etc. and preserve them. Pupil can also collect different kinds of leaves, flowers, stems, roots, seeds, etc. for the school science museum. The fourth is supplementing classwork. Excursions to labs, mines, dams, forests, mountains, and valleys supports the teaching of pertinent subjects. Students acquire first-hand knowledge that brings clarity and vividness to the dry and lifeless material of numerous topics and offers opportunity for beneficial subject association. The fifth is it provides entertainment. Excursion for learning can help to break up the routine and boring classroom instruction. A change of scenery may be quite beneficial for reviving students and initiating their genuine desire in learning more about the subject. Excursions have entertaining values in addition to their instructional values. The sixth is contact with outside world. The students have the chance to leave the confines of their homes and schools in order to experience and enjoy life outside of them. The students learn new things in this setting, broadening their horizon mentally. The seventh one is selection of projects. Students bring a variety of items, occasions, and processes to class with them, and some may be curious to learn more about them in depth. Such sentiments may highlight the need to pick a good problem for the project or approach to teaching and learning science. The eighth one is realizing aims and objectives. When it comes to achieving the aims and objectives of science teaching, the scientific excursion or field trips tend to be highly effective and valuable. One of the goals of teaching and learning science is to make team members enthusiastic about continuing their scientific studies, thus also endeavor to achieve this goal. The ninth one is introducing variety. Excursions add variations to the curriculum at the school. They remove the student from the routine of school. Going outside or seeing the aliveness of nature on excursion might alter people's mood. They get some escape from the boring and repetitive life of the classroom during excursions. The 10th one is acquaintance with the environment. By putting the students in close touch with objects, locations, people, organizations, and institutions, excursions help them to get to know their surroundings intimately. They get knowledge and experience as a result. The 11th is give first-hand experience. Giving students first-hand experience that are not possible in the classroom is the main goal of field trips. Students have the ability to grasp, see, hear, and closely analyze objects. The 12th is outdoor lesson. A field trip is a hands-on outdoor lesson, the greatest way to study many things and occurrences in their natural environment. The 13th is learning through multisensory experiences. Field visit gives students the chance to learn by using all of their senses. The 14th is increase interest and appreciation. Field trips are a good way to achieve scientific education goals like fostering interest and appreciation. There are few values that can be inculcated within the students when they go on a field trip or a science excursion. The first is it creates interest. Real interest in the subject of study is generated by trips and outings when the subjects are examined in a natural setting which visualizes instruction. Second is development of scientific attitude. The exposure to actual concrete objects, events, and processes in practical settings and their ability to draw the appropriate inferences from their own independent observations propel them towards genuine scientific inquiry and aid in the development of a scientific mindset. The third is generation of spirit of cooperation. When the students are led by a teacher on an excursion with a shared goal, they cooperate and support one another in their outdoor pursuits. Because of this, the cooperative action carried out throughout the vacation naturally and spontaneously established a sense of fraternity and duty towards one another. The pupils get closer together as a group. The entire group transforms into a family, and each member of that family feels compelled to lend a hand to the others. Fourth is developing qualities of leadership. By giving the kids the chance to make the required arrangements, excursions aid in the development of the attributes of initiatives, resourcefulness, self-confidence, and leadership in the pupils. The fifth is developing aesthetic sense. Students' aesthetic sensibility and appreciation of nature are developed through field trips to scenic locations. They pick up an appreciation for goodness, truth, and beauty. The sixth is developing activity among students. Excursion transform pupils into engaged learners. These outings replace the passivity they get from doing their tedious, monotonous work with activity. The seventh is developing emotional and national integration. A spirit of togetherness and oneness is fostered by educational trips to other states. The students establish connections with citizens of other states and areas. They understand that their country is one despite the numerous caste and linguistic divisions. Eighth is developing social awareness and social skills. Better social awareness and social skills are developed as a result of the correlation between classroom learning and community involvement. And the ninth one is value development. Qualities like leadership, cooperation, good public health, self-confidence, etc. are developed by field trips and science excursions. Along with the significance and advantages of the field trip and excursion, there are also few limitations, and they are a worthwhile field trip or expedition takes a lot of time to plan. The second is if the road to the study region is long, it could be expensive to transport the students there. Third, program at school is interrupted. Fourth, few students are able to comprehend the goal. Fifth, regarding food, route and transportation, both students and teachers must deal with inconvenience. And the last is there are occasions when a positive environment is not fostered between students and teachers. There are few precautions that needs to be taken during field trips and excursion. The first is for the trip to be successful, the teacher should be attentive and engaged throughout. The second is the teacher should make an effort to maintain complete control and discipline among the students. Third, the planned itinerary for the visits to the various locations during the tour should as much as possible not be unnecessarily disrupted. To avoid needless annoyance, it is usually beneficial to keep timeliness and closely follow the agenda. Fourth, the teacher should take every safety measure regarding housing and boarding options such as well as for everyone on the excursion team's health. Fifth, in order to gather and record all relevant information about the artifacts, it is important to make sure that the student pay close attention to the tour guide. Sixth, The teacher should be present to the students during the expedition to offer advice, support, and assistance in resolving problems and responding to pertinent scientific questions. 7. The teacher is responsible for making sure that everyone on the team and the things being transported from the expenditure are secure, intact, and safe. I hope that this video was helpful in making you understand the importance, significance, and limitations of a field trip and a science excursion. Thank you for watching.